The latest chapter in The Bold and the Beautiful is about to ignite with revelations that will shake not only the Forrester family, but the entire city of Los Angeles. For weeks, speculation has swirled about the mysterious shooting that left Steffy Forrester fighting for her life, Luna Nozawa accused of pulling the trigger, and whispers about unseen hands manipulating events from the shadows. Now, the shocking truth emerges: Luna was not acting alone. She was being pushed, manipulated, and guided by someone more dangerous than anyone expected. The person behind it all, the one who urged Luna to shoot Steffy, was none other than Brooke Logan. Detective Baker takes control of the investigation, determined to cut through the lies, the confusion, and the high-powered influence of the Forrester and Logan families. His first task is to untangle the evidence, which is as conflicting as it is incriminating. The gun recovered at the scene was found in Luna's possession, but when forensic reports come back, it is revealed that the fingerprints on the weapon belong only to Steffy. The explanation lies in a prior altercation when Steffy and Luna fought, struggling over the very same gun. Luna had wiped her prints clean, leaving only Steffy's behind. Yet the ballistics tell another story. The bullet that struck Steffy came from a different weapon entirely. The trajectory, the rifling marks, everything points to a second gun. This raises the terrifying possibility that Luna's gun was nothing more than a decoy while another shooter fired the real shot. Baker digs deeper, only to encounter another disturbing revelation. The surveillance footage from the night of the shooting has been tampered with. Precisely 90 seconds of footage, covering the critical window of time when Steffy was shot, is missing. Not corrupted, not damaged, but deliberately cut. This suggests an insider within the security team, someone powerful enough to infiltrate Forrester's system or bribe someone on the inside. The possibility of an inside man or woman throws suspicion across the entire circle of those closest to the Forresters. The list of suspects grows, and the names on it leave everyone shaken. Brooke Logan is now the prime suspect. Rumors swirl that her decades-long rivalry with Taylor and Steffy finally boiled over into violence. Some whisper that Brooke could not tolerate Steffy's constant interference in Ridge's life, that she feared Ridge slipping away again just as Taylor and Ridge's long-awaited wedding loomed on the horizon. Others suggest Brooke saw Steffy as the last obstacle standing between her and Ridge's undivided love. If Luna was her pawn, it would explain the girl's sudden descent into violence, the reckless choices that led her to the trigger. Hope Logan's name also appears in the investigation, her proximity to both Luna and Steffy raising questions. Could Hope have manipulated Luna into targeting Steffy, either as revenge for past betrayals or as a misguided attempt to protect her mother? Hope has stood by Brooke through endless battles, but if she crossed into complicity in attempted murder, the fallout would destroy her forever. And then there is Sheila Carter. Her presence in every dark corner of Los Angeles, her obsession with Finn and Steffy, and her history of violence make her a perpetual suspect. Sheila denies involvement, but few believe her. She thrives on chaos, and the idea that she might have planted the second weapon or tampered with the video is all too plausible. As the investigation intensifies, Los Angeles buzzes with speculation. Headlines scream of betrayal, tabloids churn out theories, and the Forresters' close ranks, torn between protecting their own and facing the unthinkable possibility that one of their allies orchestrated an assassination attempt. Steffy, recovering but shaken, refuses to back down. She insists on the truth, determined to face whoever tried to end her life. Finn stands beside her, protective and relentless, while Lee digs into medical records and connections, trying to trace Luna's movements leading up to the shooting. The climax of the investigation collides with one of the most anticipated events of the year, the wedding of Taylor Hayes and Ridge Forrester. After years of separations, reconciliations, and heartbreak, the ceremony is meant to be their triumphant reunion, a chance to finally secure the love they have chased for decades. But just as the family gathers, the trial begins. Baker presents his findings in court, laying out the tampered footage, the ballistics mismatch, and the possibility of a second shooter. Witnesses are called, alliances are tested, and then comes the bombshell, evidence directly tying Brooke Logan to the crime. A hidden message surfaces, a digital trail linking Luna's movements and her access to the gun to Brooke's private communications. The implication is clear. Brooke manipulated Luna, feeding her paranoia, convincing her that the only way to protect Ridge was to eliminate Steffi. It is a revelation so shocking that the courtroom erupts in gasps. Ridge himself is left speechless, his entire world collapsing around him. On one side is the woman he has shared a lifetime with, the mother of his children, the eternal love triangle that has defined his story. On the other side is Taylor, the woman he is about to marry, the woman who nearly lost her daughter to Brooke's alleged scheme. As the evidence mounts, the question becomes unavoidable. Will Ridge stand by Brooke, defending her against what could be a setup, or will he abandon her to protect Taylor and Steffi? Is Brooke truly capable of orchestrating murder, or is she being framed by someone even more cunning? And if Brooke is innocent, who is the puppet master pulling Luna's strings, tampering with security and planting evidence to make Brooke the villain? Los Angeles holds its breath as the trial unfolds, the wedding looms, and Ridge's heart is pulled in two directions once again. The possibility that Brooke targeted Steffi for death is almost too much to bear, but the facts point closer and closer to her. The Forresters and the Logans are on a collision course, their family torn apart by suspicion, betrayal, and violence. And as the wedding day arrives, the entire city watches, uncertain whether vows will be exchanged or whether Ridge will walk away from the altar, consumed by the weight of the truth. Is Brooke guilty, or is she the victim of the most elaborate framing in bold and the beautiful history? Who wanted Steffi dead, and why did they choose this moment to strike? The answers will explode across Los Angeles, reshaping families, shattering bonds, and leaving nothing the same again. Tomorrow's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful promises to deliver one of the most chaotic nights in recent memory, bringing together alcohol, deception, and long-brewing rivalries into a single explosive sequence. Fans who missed the August 21th broadcast will not be left behind, because tomorrow will tie everything together and then push the storylines into even darker and more unpredictable territory. At the center of it all are Will Spencer, Luna Nozawa, Deacon Sharp, and Elektra Forrester, each caught in a storm of temptation, interference, and manipulation that will leave lasting scars on Los Angeles. The night begins with Will Spencer's promotion party, a lavish event that has been buzzing through town for days. Will arrives polished and confident, the heir apparent basking in the glow of his achievements. Guests toast him, music pulses through the venue, and all eyes seem focused on the bright future of the Spencer dynasty. But lurking in the shadows is Luna Nozawa, disguised with a wig and dark glasses, slipping past security without raising suspicion. To the casual observer, she is nothing more than another staffer, but viewers know the truth. She is on a mission. The bartender mistakes her as part of the crew and directs her straight to Will's table, setting the perfect stage for Luna's latest scheme. At first, she moves quietly, blending into the background, waiting for her opportunity. That opportunity comes when she spots the bottle of 180 proof liquor on the counter. It's dangerous, volatile, and exactly the tool she needs. She begins pouring drinks for Will, topping off his glass, pushing him further into intoxication. Will, already basking in the thrill of the party and his own sense of power, doesn't question the sudden stream of shots. He drinks, he laughs, he stumbles. The room begins spinning. As the night deepens, Will drifts onto the dance floor with Elektra Forrester at his side. Elektra, radiant and confident, has been his companion for weeks, but tonight she faces a Will who is no longer steady. Slurring his words and barely able to stand straight, Will clings to her as they move through the crowd. Then, in full view of the partygoers, he leans in and kisses her, mumbling about how much he desires her, how much he has always wanted her. Electra is shocked and embarrassed, aware of the crowd's attention, but Will is too far gone to notice. In the corner, hidden behind her disguise, Luna watches intently. This is the moment she has been waiting for, and she plans to use every second of it. While Luna schemes, another figure at the party notices something is terribly wrong. Deacon Sharp, trying to keep a low profile but unable to ignore the chaos, spots Will's condition and realizes the young man is in no shape to drive, fight, or even walk unassisted. Deacon, who knows all too well how destructive reckless choices can be, takes it upon himself to intervene. He approaches Will, attempts to guide him away from the crowd, and insists that he call a car or let Deacon arrange an Uber. It is a moment that could change everything, a lifeline extended just before disaster strikes. But in typical fashion, fate intervenes. Even as Deacon struggles to keep Will grounded, even as he tries to find a way to get him home safely, Will suddenly vanishes from his grasp. One moment he is there, swaying and muttering, and the next he is gone, slipping through the party before Deacon can lock him down. Where has he gone? The answer becomes chillingly clear when the camera cuts to Luna, who has already pulled him aside, guiding him toward a private space where no one can interfere. The spoilers suggest Luna's plan will succeed, at least partially. Before Deacon can do too much damage control, she manages to get Will alone. Whether through manipulation, seduction, or sheer persistence, she achieves what she came for, uninterrupted access to Will Spencer. What she intends to do with him remains the central question, but her determination makes one thing clear: she will not allow anyone, not even Deacon, to derail her scheme. Meanwhile, Electra Forrester is left bewildered. One moment she is dancing with Will, the next he has slipped away without explanation. Perhaps she leaves to fetch her car, perhaps she steps into the restroom for a moment, but when she returns, Will is gone. Her confusion will quickly turn to panic as she realizes she has lost track of him entirely. And when she learns that Luna was spotted in disguise at the party, the betrayal will cut deep. As the week continues, the aftermath of this night will unravel in shocking ways. Spoilers indicate that Will awaken the next morning with a hazy, broken memory of what happened. Disoriented and struggling to recall the details, he will question everything: how much he drank, what he said to Electra, and most terrifyingly, what might have happened when Luna was with him. Did she achieve her goal? Did she manipulate him into something that could destroy his reputation and his future? Or did she merely plant another seed of chaos to keep him vulnerable and under her control? What makes this twist even more volatile is the possibility of Sheila Carter Sharp entering the picture. Long known for her ability to sniff out weakness and exploit it, Sheila may sense that Luna is playing a dangerous game and confront her directly. The prospect of these two women crossing paths, each ruthless in her own way, is enough to send chills through viewers. If Sheila confronts Luna about her manipulations, will she rein her in, or will she encourage her to push even further? The collision between them could either explode into violence or form an alliance too dangerous to imagine. At the same time, Lee Finnegan lurks in the background, always watching, always wary of Luna's return to old habits. If Lee uncovers proof that Luna orchestrated the chaos at Will's party, she will not hesitate to step in. And if Lee and Sheila both realize Luna is back to her tricks, their matriarch war could reignite in spectacular fashion, with Luna's soul caught in the crossfire. For now, though, all eyes are on the fallout from the promotion party. Deacon will face questions about why he failed to keep Will safe. Electra will be consumed with confusion and anger, Will grapple with his broken memory, and Luna will revel in the power of having pulled off her latest stunt. By the end of the week, the answers will begin to surface, but the real story is only beginning. Because if Luna did succeed in bending Will to her will, then tomorrow's chaos will echo for weeks, reshaping alliances, igniting rivalries, and plunging the Spencers, the Forresters, and the Finnegans into another cycle of betrayal and vengeance. In tomorrow's episode, the party may end, but the nightmare is only starting. And for fans of the bold and the beautiful, that means more secrets, more danger, and more explosive drama than ever before.